Let's talk about it.
Ruthless aggression. Ruthless aggression.
Got the fans popping out, dude.
Pros and cons, ladies and gentlemen. Pros and cons, all right? We're going to give 3 pros and cons, all right? Not each, but there's 3 pros, 3 cons. Right. And I'm going to let you go first with one of the pros of the Ruthless Aggression.
Ruthless Aggression Era. One of the pros is you had a lot of new stars that were being made at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming up from OVW. Yeah. You had your classes like your Brocks, your Cenas, your Ortons. You had all these people coming up that were being polished to be the next generation.
Yeah.
So it is a good time of rebirth after the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
You still had your people from the Attitude Era to learn from, your Flairs, your Michaels, your Takers. You still had folks like that around, the Godfathers and RVDs, and you still had plenty of them around for them to learn from and get polished by. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you have a locker room that split, your Eddie Guerreros, a locker room that split,
yeah,
it's a good vibe. It's a good feeling because you still got the new kids that's got the potential, but you got enough of the old guard to make sure they stay in line to get where they need to be. Because if you listen to some of these stories, you had people who are stars now, like Orton, that'll tell you back in the day, he was a problem in the locker room.
Yep.
Like, it's certain people that were immature. They came in very young, but they had folks to, you know, smack them over the head, like, stay focused because this is your time.
Yep.
And look at where we are now.
Exactly.
So, you know, I would say that was a very big pro, is the new stars being able to clash with the old stars and still have the old stars be good enough to be molded.
Exactly. Because it's like the old stars, like, because during this era, Austin and Rock kind of left, right? Austin was still around a little bit. The Rock left for Hollywood.
Oh, Rock was gone.
Yeah, but you still had Taker there. You still had Kurt Angle there. You still had Triple H there. You still had Mick Foley, who would come in at various times, especially like 05 when he was fighting Orton and all that. 04, 05 when he was fighting Orton. Yeah, the Dudleys. You still had your good tag teams, and then you had Edge and Christian kind of breaking off and becoming to what they are today.
Mm-hmm.
So you had that in the Ruthless Aggression era, you know. So you are right about that. Okay. It was a rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. My con. One of the cons that I had with the Ruthless Aggression era was the competition was gone, and let me tell you what I mean.
Yeah.
So we did a video on the Attitude Era, and the Attitude Era was good as it was because WCW was pushing them to be that good. Mm-hmm. They had to be. Mm-hmm. Ruthless Aggression Era, WCW had been bought out. There was no competition. So I still think Ruthless Aggression had a hunger, unlike like the PG era, which we'll talk about later on. You know, the PG era. But them not having that competition, I think WWE did a lot of things that I didn't particularly like, and they got away with it because they didn't have any competition. You know? Like they experimented with some people that I wouldn't have, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
They came up with some concepts I didn't really like Taboo Tuesday and all that. I think had they still had competition that was pushing them, a lot of this stuff they wouldn't have done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you would have had still better TV. Now, Ruthless Aggression was still pretty good. It wasn't Attitude Era good, but it was still pretty good. But the con of that was no competition in that era. And they tried to make their own with Raw and SmackDown. And then they worked for about 6 months. And then, like all things that Vince does, he blows it up.
Yep.
So the competition aspect of it was one of my cons for the Ruthless Aggression era.
All right.
Now, I have a pro.
Hit it.
Women's wrestling got way better.
Yes.
So now we're they're still doing like gravy bowl matches and stuff like that, bikini matches and lingerie. Now they're still doing this in the Ruthless Aggression era. Like I remember like Sable and Tori was doing stuff. So they're still doing stuff, but the difference between here and the Attitude Era is they had way more women that could wrestle here than they did in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Now Trish Stratus had took her craft more seriously, and she became a good wrestler. Still had Lita. You had the rise of people like Jazz.
Yes.
You still had Jacqueline, who was still a pro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you still had these people. Molly Holly is starting to step up here. Ivory came back for a few months. Did I say Victoria?
Nope.
Victoria's here. You know what I'm saying? So
Shoot, Mickey James.
So you're starting to see an influx of newer women wrestlers that can actually wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're still doing diva stuff because Vince can't help himself.
No.
Just who he is. He's like, I remember Jazz had an interview. She talking about how like she had to get out of 05 because she had just had kids, and Vince was going back to the whole dressing the girls up as like Catholic schoolgirls and stuff. She didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But
and that didn't fit her character.
it didn't at all. But still, in the Ruthless Aggression Era, I think they had the first main event in that era with the women. I think they had the first steel cage women's match in that era.
Yeah.
So you still have good women wrestling in that era. Now, it's not as good as maybe today, but it was way, way, way better than the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
So women's wrestling took a turn for the better in the Ruthless Aggression Era.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
All right.
I got a con though.
What's your con, man?
I got a con. Oh, we did too much for shock factor in the Ruthless Aggression. I mean, in the Ruthless Aggression era, we did too much for the shock factor.
Yeah, I think because people complain about the Attitude Era.
Oh, and they just decided to do whatever. We had hot lesbian action. That was a whole thing. Who wants HLA? We had 3-minute warning that was beating up hoes and beating up old women and beating up everybody. Oh, you want to say something? You got 3 minutes. What does that mean? Here come Big Rosie and Jamal. They covered that.
Well, and then let's not talk about Katie Dick.
Katie, bro, one of the worst problem. I don't even know how Triple H stomached acting that out completely. Like, bruh, how do you get in the mindset to even, he had to be drunk or something, because ain't no way. Come to me with something like that in the script. And y'all know how acting goes. You either can accept the script or you can turn it down. Granted, your job might be in jeopardy, but some things you gotta stand strong on. And that's probably one of the worst segments I've ever seen in wrestling history. That was horrible.
Kane, Shock and Shane McMahon testicles with the
the Feel My Pain came. What, dude? I remember me and my pops watched that. Man, Vince wanted to have a lesbian angle with her. Like, there was so much.
What, that's the same like when Bischoff kissed Linda?
I think so.
Yeah. It was like we won the battle and we're gonna get away from the Attitude Era, but we don't quite know how to do that yet, so we're still gonna do some Attitude Era-esque stuff, and they went a little bit too far some stuff.
Naked Medium.
Yeah.
Like it was Tommy Dreamer drinking Undertaker's tobacco spit and licking toilet seats and doing random. It's just a lot that went on. Hey man, that's stuff that stick in your mind. Like this, they did a lot for a shock factor, and obviously it worked because we remember it like it was yesterday. But it was just trying too hard.
Okay.
Trying too hard. It's like y'all don't have to go that hard to where it gets, disrespectfully unentertaining.
All right. All right. Last pro. You don't have one, I got one.
Let me see. I'm gonna let you take it.
Last pro is one thing they don't do today. The stage sets.
Oh, yes.
Their stage sets for Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views was top notch.
The fist.
Top notch. Every show was different. and it looked different because of the show. Raw had the little lightning bolts on the side or whatever they had on the side, and then SmackDown had the fist.
Mm-hmm.
You knew you was watching. The pay-per-view sets was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dope. With a good soundtrack, too.
Yes.
Great soundtracks. So that's a pro. That was a big
pro.
You want to take this last con, or you want me to get it?
Well, I would say outside of the other stuff, I would say one of the big cons to me was they kind of dropped the ball with a lot of people that they gained control over. They dropped the ball with a lot of the ECW talent that came in.
And WCW.
WCW as well.
Yeah.
Like, they could have, the invasion angle, like, it was so much that could have been done with these stars that came over if it was done right. The NWO angle failed. Like, that's to me, and again, I get it because they were in the idea of building up their own homegrown talents. I get it. But at the same time, from a business perspective, you have to think, I can make money off these people if I do it right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
the only one he even did right by was two people. I think Flair and Booker T.
That's it. And RVD somewhat.
Yeah.
Because I think they like RVD from 97 anyway. They fell in love with RVD. Yeah. But yeah, everybody else kind of got shafted. Either you got a crazy gimmick that went nowhere, or you didn't even get
DDP.
Oh my
goodness. Stalker.
Stalker, DDP, Saturn falling in love with a mop. Moppy. It was just like, come on.
One Dean Malenko like backstage paying for like girls.
Dean Malenko was supposed to be some type of pimp playboy type of deal, and then when he came out, had nothing resembled the gimmick. When he came out, he still came out
in them slacks. Yeah, he had the slacks and that dress shirt on. He had that.
That was it. You could dress up a turd, but a turd still gonna be a turd. Dean could wrestle, but that gimmick did not work, bro. That gimmick did not work. They tried the playboy gimmick. It didn't work.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they did good by Eddie.
They did do good.
Eddie flourished during this era, but yeah, they fumbled a lot of guys. They could have kept going. They could have, man.
Especially the ECW too.
Yeah, they wasted them. That second one. Don't get on WWE ECW.
I don't even want to talk about that.
But that's part of the con. Again, something else that was fumbled. They fumbled a lot during this, and they could have capitalized a lot more.
Yeah, well, I agree. So ruthless aggression. Hats off to you. To me, it's still a dope era, especially coming from the Attitude Era, the high of that.
Yeah.
We had to come down a little bit for the Ruthless Aggression, but we didn't have to go too low. And we'll talk about the low when we get to like the PG era.
Yeah.
All right?
Oh, yeah.
So as always, we'll see you later, man. Peace.